Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of Digital Downtime. It's your boy Gilly here. A lot to talk about this week, as always. We're going to be very Rockstar heavy. As I recorded last week's episode, a bunch of GTA 6 started coming out, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to be a little late to the party once again. So today's episode will be solely focused on GTA 6. We got a trailer number 2. We'll break down the trailer in a bit more detail, talk about all the things we've seen that could be possible, gameplay activities in GTA 6, break down the technical specs, what Rockstar is claiming, how we expect the game to perform when it does release on consoles next year. We have a release date. We'll also be talking about why the GTA 6 delay is good and bad and the impact it has for the rest of the 2025 on gaming. And then furthermore, we'll talk about Rockstar's overall portfolio, what I think their best game is, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, very Rockstar heavy. And then in this week's Have You Played This, we'll be talking about a Rockstar title that was kind of out of left field, out of blue, but was still a phenomenal game. And that game is indeed table tennis. So stay tuned as always and make sure I'm going to start doing this every week, a call of action. If you enjoy the podcast, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, leave it a review, 5 stars, 4 stars, whatever you want to give it on wherever you listen to, Spotify, Apple, etc., etc. Helps the visibility a ton. Spread the word, spread the word. So GTA 6 is finally coming in hot and heavy. Trailer 2 came out. Record-breaking numbers, of course, on viewership. This is going to be one of the biggest entertainment launches in our lifetime. And yes, see how I use the word entertainment launches? So it is not going to be one of the biggest video game launches, not just one of the biggest entertainment launches of all time. I guarantee that. A lot to break down in this trailer. Obviously, we've got to look better at all the leaked information about our two main protagonists. We have Jason Duvall and Lucia Caminos. Jason and Lucia both look great. There's been a lot of memes coming out about how they look. Seems like we're gonna get like a Bonnie and Clyde type story. Very excited for that. On top of the two main protagonists, we also saw other characters such as Cal Hampton, Bobby Ike, Draquan Priest, Real Dimes, Raul Batista, and Brian Heater. As always, Rockstar characters tend to be very prolific, very colorful. So I'm excited to see how all 8 of these characters pan out, and then the other 6 besides the 2 main protagonists. But they're all there. If you go to rockstargames.com now, they have in-depth portfolios about all 8 characters, which is dope. They also revealed that the state of Leonida, however you want to pronounce it, pretty much fictional Florida, is going to have 6 key points to it on the map, which is indicating that this game is going to be completely massive. So we have a modern Vice City, which we remember from GTA Vice City back in the day, but a modernized version of it. So kind of like how we got Los Santos in GTA 5 compared to San Andreas. We're going to get a modernized version of Vice City, which is arguably to be tremendous. On top of that, we have Leonida Keys, Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Caliga. So we have all sorts of stuff. We have pretty much Miami, which is Vice City, the inner city depths of things, all the way to the freaking sticks, the hillbillies, the alligators, the swamps, to the mountains, to the dirt, to just about everything. And it's gonna encompass a lot of terrains, a lot of different environments. I'm interested to see how this open world is gonna all connect. As always, I mean, Rockstar always does a great job of all that. So a lot of stuff kind of got shown in the trailer number 2. A lot of more details. Again, like I said, you can go on rockstargames.com right now and view all this more in detail. The 8 people they've revealed and the 6 key points of the map. The biggest news probably coming out of this trailer is Rockstar claiming that this trailer number 2, and if you haven't seen it yet, you literally have to put GTA 6 on YouTube. It'll pop up. Trailer number 2 is a 50-50 blend of cinematics and gameplay. 50 50 blend cinematography, cutscenes, and gameplay. And on top of that, it's all captured on the base PS5. So apparently, half of that trailer showed gameplay. It's all captured on the base PS5. And now everyone's going crazy trying to nitpick, trying to really look deep into what was actually gameplay. I don't have all the time in the world to do that, to decipher whatever 2 minute trailer in that detail. But the more you look at it, there are some things you can notice that might be little gameplay snippets. Especially when you see Jason kind of entering his house, or maybe some of the driving, possibly. Like, it's kind of insane to me that they're claiming that, because if that's the case, if the game looks insane. But that brings up another conversation of how is this game gonna run? If that is base PS5, there's no way this game's gonna accomplish 60 FPS. So it's probably gonna be a 30 locked FPS game, unless they really dumb it down visually for the performance mode. And even then, I think that's only going to be a PS5 Pro possibility. We'll see. Hopefully, they prove me wrong. I mean, this is the same studio that pushed out Red Dead 2 visuals on a base PS4. And I know that was 30 then. I mean, that was also what, like 20, whatever, 18, 17? So they were able to push Red Dead Redemption 2 visuals 30 FPS on a PS4. So maybe they can push GTA 5 visuals, PS5 60. I definitely think they're going to get that visual fidelity, but it might be at 30, might be 60 on the PS5 Pro. But the real fucking question is, how is this game even going to run on the Xbox Series S? If they somehow pull this game to manage even 30 FPS steady, no matter how much the visual downgrade on the Series S, then it's very possible that the game could even release for the Nintendo Switch too. I'm just saying, if they can pull off dumbing down the game to make it run on a Series S, they could definitely do it for a Switch 2, which would be crazy. So all in due time, but man, yeah, it looks phenomenal. Got a lot more details. Furthermore, on top of just, the trailer itself, there's a lot of things I did want to nitpick that we're gonna kind of look at, not nitpick, but kind of look at focus on. There's some possible gameplay elements to this game, and there's about 17 things I kind of picked up from the trailer. So just to list them all off, I have amusement park, basketball, vehicle races, cage fighting, diving, drinking, exercising, fishing, hot coffee, given our two protagonists are male female. Well, not even besides that, given our main protagonists are in a romantic relationship, clearly, Bonnie and Clyde type shit. So hot coffee, hunting, kayaking, mini golf, pool, strip clubs, tennis, watching TV, and weightlifting. There might be more, but this is kind of everything I picked up from the trailer so far. And we all know that the main story is always enticing in any GTA game, but there's often chaotic activities littered throughout the open world that kind of become fan favorites, or what reels you back in over and over. So let's see a few things I picked up. So I mentioned amusement park. There's a particular shot in trailer 2 that revealed the massive Ferris wheel. Seems like there's gonna be other venues by it, kind of sort of to how it was in GTA 5. The pier kind of area. So hopefully you can visit this location, ride the Ferris wheel, engage in other mini games there. Also in the trailer, we saw basketball. You can see 5 NPCs on the rooftop courts, with one shooting free throws and others observing from behind the rim. There's no telling how in depth this basketball minigame might be. It could be full on basketball. It could just be free through shootouts. It could just be quick games of horse. But we'll see. And hopefully that's something that can be part of GTA Online as well. Vehicle races. We see plenty of them in the trailer. We got even a glimpse of off-road racing on bikes and ATVs, along with on-road as well. I'm sure there'll be a lot more, including jet skis, planes, bicycle races, given that, this is Florida. But the biking and the off-road biking and ATVs, obviously, like in the swamps, the mud of this fictional state of Florida, Leonidas. So excited for that. There seems to be some fighting aspects. You see Lucia uh, whipping a high kick at a man in red shorts while confined in a steel cage. She's not really, they're not really dressed as UFC fighters, but it appears that MMA and combat will be an optional activity, at least for the female protagonist, which is Lucia. You also saw a bit of diving. It was introduced in GTA 5, so it seems like maybe they'll go more in depth with it. Grab some masks, flippers, oxygen tanks, dive to the bottom of the sea, hidden treasures or mysteries waiting underneath the surface. Drinking has been a mainstay in the game for a while now. Who knows? Maybe there'll be plenty of drinks at very different, distinct locations. While also not confirmed, though, what will be new is maybe the aspect of clubbing, allowing you to dress up for a proper night on the town, given the sheer amount of clubs that they are in Miami itself, so Vice City. So that could be a little different aspect. Exercising seems to be back. We already touched upon the MMA. But based on the first two trailers, it seems that bodily effects are back into GTA 6, much like San Andreas. We're working how it would help CJ lose weight and gain muscle, or if you just eat freaking Cluckenbell all the time, it made CJ get really fat. Was a feature that I really dearly missed in GTA 5, some of the RPG light elements. So maybe from what it appears to be, exercising will be back in GTA 6, and then we'll get the same system to be back once again, but in different forms. Once again, Lucia hitting the gym, hitting a punching bag with wrap fist on top of the MMA. So I really do hope they bring it back. There's glimpses of fishing in the game. It could be that this is just purely a cinematic and not a fleshed out activity, but they always like to over deliver, right? That's Rockstar. So with that in mind, it's entirely plausible that there's a fishing activity in GTA 6, as we've seen Jason with a fishing rod in his hand, catching some local creatures. Let's hope so. Hot coffee, as I mentioned earlier. Trailer 2 had a lot of physical activity. Why not? I mean, the way the Lucia, Jason are designed, both attractive individuals. It's a given there will be plenty of opportunities to wind down some intimate moments between the criminal duo. Just make it full blown. I mean, it's a mature game, and I'm sure it'll be great. And I'm sure their romance, on top of just being a hot coffee, whatever mini game, I'm sure their romance and the emotional attachment we will get to this said romance will play a big factor in the overall narrative of the game as well. So something to take note here. At least I believe. Hunting, which was a big deal of a big part of Red Dead Redemption 2. Seems to be a big focus in GTA 6, with NPCs carrying out their own hunts in various locations. Some are more by the books, tracking and taking down a stag or two, but others appear to be criminal nature, targeting endangered species or hauling off with valuable materials. One particular screenshot shows police in a hot pursuit of a hunter who tied 3 alligators to the back of their truck. It is Florida, so I'm sure hunting will play a big part, especially in the more rural swampland areas. So I'm excited for that. Kayaking, also showing new screenshots. So all in all, pretty much confirmed standalone activity in the water vehicle. Kayaking also can feature its own races. Could experience some guided tours. There might be some dangerous rapids to traverse. There might be alligator swamps. We'll just have to wait and see. Mini golf. While GTA 5 had a full-fledged golfing activity, this time around mini golf looks to be the focal point instead. There's known to be at least one mini golf park in Leonida. There's every chance we can interact with it for a bit of fun. Pool/billiards. No surprise here. This has always been a staple in GTA series, so it's no shock to see it back. Alongside with strip clubs, sure to be a popular activity once again. Strip clubs are back in GTA; they're everywhere, because hence it's Vice City. Some key characters seemingly frequent particular establishments, and early leaks even showed Jason walking around one. So, tennis, again, background of was seen in the background of a screenshot from the trailer. I hope we get there. I love tennis, so it'll be fun. Watching TV seems to be a big one. That's the way in trailer 2 that they kind of showed the return of ammunition was on TV. So one moment from the trailer 2, which is catching a lot of attention across social media, and rightfully so. With Jason watching TV from his home. Much like GTA 5, seems like we'll be able to kick back on the couch, flick through some channels, watch mindless entertainment in the fictional town of Leonida. Not only that, but a lot of people were also quick to spot a gaming console of sorts next to Jason's TV. Dually shock looking controller on the table in front of it. Uh, could just be something for the trailer aesthetic, but again, with Rockstar, that's never really the case. But there's a possibility we might have to play some games inside of the game. So I'm kind of interested to see what kind of mini games they put in this aspect. And finally, last but not least, weightlifting. You see Jason working out in the trailer. Um, we see Lucia doing more of the cage fighting, the cardio. Jason seems to be more about the weightlifting and the muscle gain. There's no telling how ripped he can get in GTA 6, but if you put the work in, lift enough, your physical attributions should be a factor. So we will see. So that's kind of all the stuff I gathered from sources, from what I've seen on the trailer that could be possibly in the game. On top of the fact that the trailer is 50-50 between cinematics and gameplay. Um, yeah, potentially going to be a lot happening in this game, so I'm very excited. So now that we kind of dug a bit deeper into the trailer and possible gameplay aspects of the game, we're now going to talk about the delay. So stay tuned. Now we're going to discuss the GTA 6 delay. So after months of speculation, GTA 6 will not be launching in 2025, which opens up the window completely for the holiday fall busy season of gaming usually for many other publishers and developers. The game will now be hitting short sales and digital, storefronts obviously on May 26, 2026. Still only confirmed for Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. No Nintendo Switch 2 or PC at this moment. Of course, Rockstar likes to double dip, so we'll probably see them down the road. Switch 2 can handle it, but definitely PC down the road. What this kind of does is that now the console game industry is going to be a bit of a short-term jeopardy for 2025, because I think consoles really relying on GTA 5 to kind of spike sales, spike activity. But that being said, the new spring release date is friendlier time of the year from an industry point of view. Clearly not this year though. In 2025, a lot of big games have been coming out already. We do usually get big games in April and May, but it's never really like the holiday sales window, which remains the most lucrative 3 months of the calendar. Though, if you look at Rockstar's past, it's nice to see them turn to their old release slot during the Xbox 360 era. 2008's GTA 4, 2010's Red Dead Redemption, 2011's LA Noire, and 2012's Max Payne 3 all launched within this spring time frame, so it's nice. It's possible next May would have been a bit busier with companies targeting that window in hopes of avoiding the clash with GTA, but with Rockstar setting its date so early, there's plenty of time for companies to make adjustments. So that brings the key question into play here. What does the rest of the industry do now? There are still some sizable games due this year, outside of the usual sports titles like NBA and Madden and Call of Duty. Does Sony now push Ghost of Yotei, which is due October 2, or Marathon, which is due September 23rd, back a bit to give some room? Will 2K Games move Mafia the Old Country from summer into that Christmas window? Who knows? But there's a chance for games to spread themselves out a bit here now. It has been well-known public knowledge that a lot of publishers were planning to delay their games out of 2025 due to the impact of GTA 6. But now has Rockstar's announcement give them enough time to get things ready for this year? Might EA try to deliver the next Battlefield game on this side of Christmas? I'm sure there'll be a lot of CEO meetings and board of directors meetings behind the scenes, reviewing progress and asking questions over what's possible now. So, like I said, the window's completely open. And like I said, I think GTA 6 is going to be one of the biggest entertainment launches of all time. So it's not just game companies that should be looking at this. I think movie studios, TV studios, authors, novelists, right? Should all look at the impact GTA will have across forms of entertainment. So now GTA 6 launches in a busy month in pop culture for general, with Avengers Doomsday in cinemas May 1st, the Star Wars film The Mandalorian and Grogu scheduled for May 22nd. So I wonder if Disney will move around these dates even. So like I said, there's a lot of impact here. And the most positive news GTA 6 being delayed this much for is probably Nintendo. They're going to see the biggest clear benefit here. GTA 6 was destined to be a big driver of Xbox and PlayStation sales this holiday period, but with the game shifted back, Nintendo will feel it has a window almost to itself to establish the Switch 2, especially with the new Pokemon game scheduled for the end of the year period. Of course, GTA is a more adult product compared with Pokemon Nintendo generally, but the parents of today, the ones making the choice over which console to buy for the family, are the ones who grew up with GTA. The age rate bodies might have something to say about it, but I legitimately believe there's a value in a GTA 6 plus Astrobot family PS5 console bundle. Plus, Nintendo does skew older these days. The GTA Trilogy Pack, for instance, performed very well on the Switch. So, again, Nintendo's biggest beneficiary here. Big blow to PlayStation and the console industry in general, at least in the short term. Sony's big opportunity challenge remains upgrading customers from the PS4 to PS5. It's been an unusual generation, to say the least, with so many of the big games on PS5 also playable on the PS4, whether it's the like of Call of Duty or live service games like Fortnite. GTA 6 was kind of seen as a key moment to encourage users to move from one generation to the next, and a drive growth that would have benefited the whole console industry in general. That moment obviously still going to come. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Outside the console space, accessories firms would also be eagerly anticipating GTA 6's release, as it would certainly need to increase sales of headsets, controllers. So this delay, combined with the U.S. tariffs, is a double blow for peripheral manufacturers. The other sector that will be disappointed in the delay is obviously video game media. GTA 6 launch would deliver a surge in traffic and readership, and therefore advertising revenue for some media outlets. This is another part of the business that is enduring some serious struggles, as we've seen this week with staff departures and redundancies at the likes of Polygon and Giant Bomb, which we discussed about in last week's episode. The news that big media moment of the year isn't happening will require lower forecasts that will be tougher to swallow. And then finally, physical retailers, and frankly, what's left of them. We're eyeing GTA 6 as a key moment to capitalize upon. As I referenced an interview with Game a few weeks ago that the Game Business did, the firm's managing director Nick Aaron highlighted the Rockstar game as a key release for them in 2025, as he felt it was sure to be a big physical product. So, in the grand scheme of things, GTA 6 delays just that. 2026 will now be a key year for the console space instead. The moment is still coming. Both the looming threat of more tariffs, hardware price rises, and now this 2025 is not shaping up to be the year for console manufacturers and enthusiasts in general. So big ripple effect with the delay, but gaming as a whole, like I said last week, is in a very good space. A lot of games coming out, still plenty to play. But in terms of pushing the growth factor for PS5 and possibly Xbox sales, it'll be a tough pill to swallow, and for sure with the delay. Coming up next, we will now shifting gears, not really, but a little bit to some of Rockstar's portfolio, talking about all the games they made over the years and what is my favorite title, and then following that, we'll be going into the Have You Played This segment, which again, we'll be looking at a Rockstar title that's pretty underrated, pretty left field, which is table tennis. So stay tuned. So with the confirmed release date of May 26, 2026 for GTA 6, I think it's a good time to kind of go through Rockstar's portfolio, some of the games they made. The first game I want to talk about, State of Emergency, which would probably be like last place for me for Rockstar developed games. This game was released in 2002. The chaotic street brawler, rough around the edges, but there's still a brash charm of sorts about State of Emergency. But yeah, I kind of put it last place. Smuggler's Run, also released in 2000. I think Smuggler's Run was a big inspiration to Trevor Phillips in GTA 5 and his outrageous drug peddling missions. So I don't think those would have existed without Smuggler's Run. Scrappy little PS2 launch title. Made carrying illicit cargo through virtual deserts cool, but not really their most remembered game. Kind of got lost in the shuffle. The Warriors, released in 2005 on the PS2, PSP, Xbox. I played this game twice back in the day on my PSP and my PS2. Warriors, come out to play. Okay, sorry. But very underrated title. Great game. Kind of a stylish love letter to Streets of Rage. A little bit of a clunky melee system, borrowed from the GTA games. But it was definitely a passion project of the studio. Clearly infatuated with cinema and the movie itself. But definitely a game worth checking out. Red Dead Revolver, released in 2004. Um, there's a parallel universe where Capcom published this beloved game, not Rockstar, but they did end up taking it over. Rockstar did. Another game kind of lost in the shuffle. Obviously, everyone knows Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, but Red Dead Revolver did exist. Um, little slightly awkward, largely more linear, but it still kind of was a game or legacy. I mean, Red Dead Revolver's legacy is going to be that it inspired two of the greatest open world games of all time. So there's that. Talk about Manhunt 1 and 2. Manhunt 2 came out in 2007. And it released on the Wii, so that's a kind of a fun fact. Probably one of the most unlikely games you thought that'd be on a Nintendo console at the time. But Manhunt 2 was there. It was an okay game. I think Manhunt 1 was a lot better. Both very highly controversial titles, which kind of brings it to the low end of the list here too. GTA Liberty City Stories, originally on the PSP, eventually came out to the PS2, 2006. But I love this game. I mean, it was a fully functioning 3D Grand Theft Auto to PSP, one on portable. So how can you not be impressed by that? Same map as GTA 3, but now you can add bikes, and you're working for Tony Cipriani, he was in GTA 3 as well as a character, but more of a wise guy, kind of Sopranos influenced story. But the fact that Rockstar Leeds managed to squeeze Liberty City onto a shrunken down PSP is truly god-smacking technical achievement. The title is very underrated, doesn't get the credit it deserves. Definitely worth revisiting even today. This is followed by GTA Vice City Stories, also released in 2006 on the PSP and then eventually PS2. And once again, Rockstar Leeds managed to squeeze another mini Marvel out the PSP with the Sundap sequel. This came after Liberty City Stories, so it improved on the Liberty City's Stories targeting system. And then you play as Vic Vance, which is the brother of Lance Vance from GTA 3. I mean, GTA 3, from the original GTA Vice City. So, pretty good. Introduces this empire building property system, mechanics that let you fatten Lance's wallets as he bought and fought to keep local businesses running. So again, another highly overlooked title. Both Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories are both worth playing. Chinatown Wars is not really a game that I played, but it's released back on portable systems in 2009 as well, on mobile, PSP, and DS. This is kind of more of in line of the original GTA 1 and 2, top down. But it was still a smartly designed game from what I've heard. Used DS's unique features like the second screen as a map or blowing into the handheld mic to haul a taxi. So, yeah. LA Noire, released in 2011. Phenomenal game. Again, really overlooked. Obviously, by today's standards, the try-hard motion capture performances in this moody detective game maybe hasn't aged well, but at the time, it was something really, really, really crazy. A game where the cases are already almost impossible not to solve. Having photorealistic TV and stage actors doing all the emotions on their faces kind of gives the gigs up. Did Team Bondi's motion scan tech revolutionize the industry the way that Rockstar may have hoped? Probably not, but Eleanor isn't the pioneer it's had to be. It's pitch perfect 1940s LA. Feels grown up and authentic in a way so few modern AAA games ever are. Definitely a game worth your time still, and I would love like a reimagining or like a remake of this, because what a great game. What a great game. Minus the poor aging. Obviously, we have the original GTA 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Not much can be said about them, but they're there, and without them, we wouldn't get the 3D spawnings of what the series evolved into and the iconic series it became. So very important. Uh, GTA 4 as a whole, obviously, I think in my opinion the best story of any of the mainline GTA games. But the DLCs were really good as well. The Ballad of Gay Tony was kind of a fan favorite. Not a full blown game, but Tony Prince and Luis Lopez antics, super entertaining. Super fun. You take the already established detailed Liberty City in GTA 4, and then throw in some outright absurdity, Gay Tony's campaign, violent golf buggy chases, parachute shootouts, and this awesome automatic shotgun. Great piece of DLC. Midnight Club series and Midnight Club LA. No one really talks about Midnight Club, but they should. GTA always led the sandbox back when it came to responsive driving models, so it should be no surprise. The one dedicated racing series Rockstar did make feels lovely to control. Midnight Club LA was the last mainline entry in the series, and with over a decade without mention of a follow-up, it looks like Midnight Club's race is run. But some good memories with this game as well. Table Tennis is on here, released in 2006, which we'll be talking a bit more later. Bully, released in 2006, was a game that I have vivid memories with. I remember pushing my parents, like, hey, I need to buy Bully, I need to buy Bully. Even though I was allowed to play GTA with my cousins, older cousins and stuff like that, parents were still a little cautious, but I still played them, you know what I mean? But Bully, I kind of made this case. I was like, Dad, it's rated teen, and we can play it. It's like more of a teenage GTA. So I actually, excuse me, was able to get Bully, I think release day or like release weekend at least. But Bully, man, a playground similar to dish out wedgies. The tale of a juvenile delinquent Jimmy Hopkins. Great game. You know, you got Bully, slingshot firing, kiss stealing, chaos causing action, and this wonderful, wickedly playful sandbox that you always expect from Rockstar. Just you just replace the strip clubs and headshots with more of what teenage activities would be, and you get Bully, which would also be due for like a remake remaster. I think it would look great. Obviously, it's a bit outdated now, but what a game. I touched briefly about Manhunt 1 earlier. Probably a game that would not be made today. But yeah, you play as a escaped Carcer City inmate. Really compelling game. Really violent. Not everyone's type of game, but definitely a game worth to be looked at. Definitely look into it, even if you don't play it. Disgusting. Must be looked at, and if you can play through it, it still is a very unique experience. They don't make them like this anymore, and that's probably for the best. Max Payne 3, 2012. Not a Remedy's Max Payne, so Remedy handled production on the first two, but fully Rockstar developed. No Sam Lake involved, but still a great game. Phenomenal game. The cinematic bullet time gun battles are here to stay. Decent campaign, wonderful level design, and really underrated online that I played the shit out of on PS3. So Max Payne 3 is definitely worth your time even today. GTA 3, how can we talk anything about GTA without the mention of GTA 3, the first 3D GTA? Phenomenal game. Essentially creating the modern 3D open world template as we know it. If it wasn't for GTA 3's transformative, if not janky cop chases and shootouts, what do we see open world gaming as where it is today? The obsessions with sandboxes from other developers such as Ubisoft, etc. Definitely one of the most important, probably the most important game Rockstar has ever made. Not the best, but definitely the most important. GTA San Andreas, probably my second or third favorite Rockstar game ever. I'd say second. My favorite GTA for sure, GTA San Andreas, but overall probably my second or third most favorite Rockstar game ever. Launched in 2005, just a phenomenal game. Vastly bigger than both GTA 3 and Vice City combined. They crammed an entire fucking state onto the PS2, man. All right. We got Los Santos here, which is LA. We got San Francisco in here. We got Las Vegas in here. The size and ambition was squeezed all into a PS2 disc. And it's not just the scale that made San Andreas very special, you know, but the setting for another period piece other than Vice City, which is kind of 80s Miami. This is early 90s, kind of taps into that Boys in the Hood, rise of gangster rap of that time era, telling the tale of CJ, a gang member with heart, and aside serving of self-depreciation with a lot of twists and turns in the narrative, and then all the RPG light elements and the scope. But once again, just crazy game. GTA 4, which is probably my second favorite GTA. You know what? Yeah, San Andreas is my second favorite Rockstar game of all time. GTA 4 would be a number 3, I think. Crazy, crazy game. Best GTA narrative for sure. Super gritty GTA. He plays Nico Bellic, dry-witted, downbeat Liberty City. Awesome, awesome. They had a whole different kind of physics engine rolling around here. But the ragdoll physics in this game, that electrifying rage engine, an amazing, if slightly miserable, story, overall tone, kind of sad GTA. And like I said, definitely worth the play. I played this back a couple years ago on PC. Very gritty, very, very, coming to America, American dream type shit. So I really appreciate what they tried to do here. GTA Vice City, probably my third favorite GTA. So San Andreas 4 and then Vice City. Game just oozes style, right? Vice City is one of, if not many people favorite location that they've done. So you know what I mean? Like, it's exciting, obviously. GTA 6 to return to a modernized version of it. It's as welcoming as it is warm and wicked. Very glamorous. Probably one of the best soundtracks in gaming history. Ray Liotta, R.I.P., delivering a killer, Godspelling. Goodfellas aspiring. Performance is Tommy Vercetti. And just, very timeless. Red Dead Redemption 1. Fuck, I forgot about this one. I'm not trying to reveal my number 1 Rockstar game yet. So number 2, GTA San Andreas. Number 3, Number 3, maybe still GTA 4, followed by Red Dead Redemption, followed by Vice City. Would be my top 5, and I'll reveal my first one later. But I mean, it's argumentative that Red Dead Redemption is the best story Rockstar has ever told. Relentless cynicism and satire of GTA. That is, what GTA is. But Rockstar kind of bolts away from that and tell an emotionally grounded tale of a decent but flawed man looking for a second chance in the dying days of the Old West. So completely different. You can play this game now as finally got released on PC. Backwards compatibility on the Xbox Series X, which is also good. Story is way more subtle and heartfelt. John Marston's astonishingly bold 3-hour epilogue. Rockstar delivers what many argue to be the boldest and best ending to a AAA video game. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We'll talk about GTA 5 here, which doesn't make my top cut for top 5 Rockstar games. Like I said, number 1 yet to be revealed, followed by San Andreas, number 2, GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption, and then probably Vice City. But GTA 5 still is an excellent game. It's a breathtaking video game, inventive, devilish, awesome open world that kind of plays out like a tongue-in-cheek version of Michael Mann's Heat. Phenomenal, phenomenal game. Re-released many times. What a crazy open world that we've been playing for how many years now? 12, 13 years. I've RP'd in this world tremendously. Like, it kind of feels like a place I can escape into now. So wonderful, wonderful game. Truly breathtaking at the time, having three protagonists, clipping in between them, seamlessly. And then, yeah, just wonderful. Probably this was the last midnight release I went to ever. So GTA 5 holds a bold and heartfelt place in my heart. But my favorite Rockstar game of all time is Red Dead Redemption 2. Perhaps the prettiest AAA game of all time. Is also one of the all-time great open worlds. This is the goat of goats, telling an affectionate story of servitude, misplaced loyalty, fittingly of a redemption arc that takes just a little too long. But trust me, it's worth it. This is hands down the best yard Rockstar's ever spun. It's an immaculate video game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not only as good as it looks, but great at everything it tries its hand at. The feel of your horse as it trouts across the vast prairies, best in class. The 6-barrel incredible impact shootouts, never bettered. Um, Seeing the mountains and the sights, interacting with the NPCs and remembering your actions. You know, Arthur Morgan as a protagonist, seeing John before he becomes John in Red Dead Redemption 1, seeing Dutch, seeing Micah, seeing X, Y, and Z, the camps. Phenomenal game. Like I said, it's just a little slow to get into, but hands down my favorite Rockstar game of all time. So my top 5 Rockstar games, like I said, probably be Red Dead Redemption 2, followed by San Andreas, followed by GTA 4, followed by Red Dead Redemption 1, followed by Vice City. Tough to make that list though, because I really like Bully a lot, LA Noire, GTA 5, a few other titles, but a lot. So, little fun going through Rockstar's history. But right after this, on Have You Played This, we'll look a little deeper into table tennis. Stay tuned. So Rockstar Games presents table tennis as their game of focus for this week's Have You Played This? No stolen cars, no snuff films, no hot coffee. Rockstar, once upon a time, published and developed a game rated E for everyone, and it was just a killer ping pong game. There's a lot of good pros about it. A deep but inviting gameplay, slick, natural player movements. It really gave that just one more game feeling, like I'm just gotta do one more match. Obviously, there's some downsides. It was kind of simplistic, as I said. There wasn't some RPG elements, so characters didn't really improve over time. Sometimes your reactions were a little funny. The soundtrack is a bit too limp techno, but it was just a game that came out of left field from Rockstar. You create 2 athletes, 120 plastic ball, and pack all the physical realism you can. And that's about it. Learn the tools, have some fun, get your bearings, and put it out for a reasonable $40 then. And just shock the world, right? And this game is a testament that Rockstar even gets the small stuff done in a big way. Graphically now, if you look at it, there's no doubt that table tennis is an Xbox 360 game. The detailed player model, subtle lighting effects, motion blur effects put the hardware to impressive but playful use. Like I said, incredibly easy to learn, hard to master, balancing force, accuracy, finesse. Game felt really accessible at the time without alienating serious sports gamers seeking strategy and depth. There was online tournaments at the time, easy pickup games via Xbox Live, and plenty of long challenges and gameplay value after you're going through the 11 unlockable computable players. It was just a game, man. It was just a game, that I don't vividly remember too much, but yeah, man, it was just. I just wanted to shine some light on it because it is a fantastic game. So if you can somehow still play it, backwards compatibility, I'm not sure if it is on the Xbox. And another fun fact, the game was also released on the Wii. And I remember my cousin owned it on the Wii. And this might come across a little funny, but table tennis on the Wii is super fucking fun. Legit, some of the most fun I had at those times. And the winning control screen with the motion controls made it so fun, man. I'm telling you guys. But if you have a chance to experience it, please do. Like I said, it's just one of those games that's hard to believe it was developed by Rockstar. It kind of just makes me miss, with AAA development cycle so long now, kind of misses when developers did something like this, right? Obviously, Rockstar now is probably just gonna do GTA and Red Dead for the rest of their life. But when a known developer kind of released something like this, and you're kind of surprised by it, you're like, huh, right? It was like what was that studio called? Tango Softworks or whatever. The people that did The Evil Within, and then they released Hi-Fi Rush, right? And you're like, what? It's the same developers that did Evil Within. They did Hi-Fi Rush, kind of like a love letter to PS2 platforming, cell shaded. Those type of deals, right? So I love it when developers kind of go left field and still develop a kind of really different experience than you're normally used to getting experience from them, but still do it in a really good fashion. So yeah, just wanted to shed some quick light on table tennis on this week's Have You Played This? So with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Huge focus on GTA 6. Like I said, we got trailer 2. We got some possible new mini games, gameplay functions of the game. Apparently, 50% gameplay in that trailer. We'll see how it all unfolds on consoles next year in terms of a technical aspect. Will it be 30? Will it be 60? We don't know. Talked a little bit about the delay, how it opens up the window for a lot of publisher developers. Probably really happy news to Nintendo's ears as they can kind of just dominate the Switch 2 for the rest of this year. But kind of a blow to PlayStation, Xbox sales overall, I think. But they'll get them next year. It's okay. But we'll see kind of how the release window opens up now for 2025 because it's already been insane. So something to look at, and also how GTA is going to affect pop culture as a whole next year. Will Disney push back some movies and stuff? We will see. Then we talked about Rockstar's portfolio as a whole. Now, don't quote me on this. My top 5 Rockstar games might change, but for now, again, it's Red Dead Redemption 2, San Andreas, GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption 1, Vice City. I think Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4 can both be interchangeable, to be honest. But yeah. Then we talked a little bit more deeply into table tennis, left-wing game from Rockstar. That was a lot of fun. I kind of miss developers taking that risk of making games left field. So just wanted to highlight that this week. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to leave a thumbs up on YouTube, leave a review on wherever you listen to, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, yeah, etc., etc. And until next week, it's your boy Gilly. Had a pleasure, as always, talking to you guys. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm a little bit of a Rockstar fanboy. So it's no problem for me to push out a whole episode talking about Rockstar and GTA. See you guys next week.